Why is it that two women born in the same year can age so differently that by age 85, one has the fragile, paper thin skin expected of her age, while the other maintains a collagen density that is 40% higher, structurally identical to a woman decades younger? This isn't a hypothetical question. It is a medical anomaly that has fascinated researchers for years. We often assume aging is a straight downward line, but these superagers prove otherwise. They aren't just winning a genetic lottery, they are unwittingly following a specific set of biological protocols that stop their skin from rusting away. They have preserved the very scaffolding of their faces while the rest of the world lets it dissolve. If you have looked in the mirror recently and noticed that your skin is losing its snap or that lines are etching deeper than they should, you aren't just getting old. You are likely falling victim to invisible collagen thieves, daily repetitive habits that silently melt your skin's protein structure. But here is the promise. If you can identify these thieves, you can stop them. In this conversation, we are going to break down the 7 specific longevity secrets that allow these women to hold on to that massive 40% collagen bonus. We aren't talking about surgery or expensive creams that sit on top of your skin. We are talking about science-backed lifestyle adjustments, from how you eat your dinner to how you hold your face, that turn your body into a collagen-preserving machine. By the end of this video, you will have a practical checklist to reclaim the density and firmness your skin deserves. Before we unlock that first secret, I'd love to welcome you to our community. If you are looking for senior health advice that is based on data, not trends, please consider subscribing. We are building the kind of resource I wish existed for my own family. And let's start this conversation properly. Let me know in the comments, where are you watching from today? It is always wonderful to see how far our circle extends. Now, let's get into the first secret. And this one involves a very common object that might be ruining your lip line. It is what I call the no straw rule. It sounds almost too simple to be true, but the way we physically manipulate our mouths has a profound impact on the structural integrity of the skin around our lips. Think about the motion you make when you sip from a straw. You purse your lips, tightening the orbicularis oris muscle, that's the circular muscle surrounding your mouth, into a small, tight ring. When you do this occasionally, it's fine. But if you are drinking water, iced coffee, or smoothies through a straw every single day, or if you smoke, you are subjecting your skin to repetitive mechanical stress. Imagine a piece of smooth paper. If you fold it once, you can smooth it out. But if you fold it in the same spot 1,000 times, that crease becomes permanent. It becomes a tear. That is exactly what is happening to your collagen matrix. The repetition breaks down the elastin fibers that allow your skin to snap back. This isn't just an observation. It is documented in medical literature. A significant study published in the Aesthetic Surgery Journal analyzed the formation of perioral rhytides, those vertical lines above the lip, and confirmed that repetitive dynamic muscular contraction, like pursing, is a primary driver of these deep etchings, distinct from UV damage. The study highlights that once these mechanical lines are etched, they are among the most difficult to treat because the muscle memory is so strong. So the secret of these women with high collagen density is that they simply don't make that face. They drink directly from the glass. They avoid the pursed expression. It's a small mechanical change that saves the skin from thousands of microfolds per year. The actionable takeaway here is straightforward. Banish the straws. Unless you have a medical necessity that requires them drink from the rim of the glass. If you are a smoker, this is yet another powerful cosmetic reason to quit, as the mechanical action of dragging on a cigarette does the exact same thing. Visualize your skin as a smooth sheet of silk. Stop crumpling it up. Moving on to our second point, let's talk about what is happening inside the body to support that collagen. We need to discuss high quality fats. For years, particularly in the 80 seconds and 90 seconds, we were sold a lie that fat was the enemy. We were told to eat low-fat yogurt, low-fat cookies, and dry toast. But the women who maintain that 40% higher collagen density usually ignore that advice completely. They treat high-quality fats like avocado and olive oil not as indulgences, but as if they were a medical prescription. Here is the science behind why this matters. Your skin cells are held together by a lipid barrier, essentially a wall made of fats that keeps moisture in and pathogens out. If you don't eat enough fat, that wall crumbles. Your skin becomes dry, brittle, and prone to cracking, which accelerates the appearance of aging. But it's not just about moisture, it's about protection. Olive oil specifically is rich in monounsaturated fats and squalane, but its real power lies in its anti-inflammatory properties. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition looked at the dietary habits of hundreds of people in various countries. The researchers found a significant correlation. Individuals with a higher intake of olive oil and monounsaturated fats had significantly less severe photoaging and wrinkling compared to those who consumed butter, margarine, and sugar. The healthy fats literally integrate into the cell membranes of your skin, making them more pliable and resistant to damage. Think of your skin like an old leather jacket. If you let it dry out, it cracks and stiffens. If you keep it oiled and conditioned, it remains soft and resilient. That is what avocado and olive oil do from the inside out. They are the internal conditioner. So here is your plan. Try to incorporate 2 tablespoons of high quality extra virgin olive oil into your diet every day. Drizzle it on your salad, pour it over your steamed vegetables, or even add a slice of avocado to your breakfast. You aren't just eating, you are waterproofing your cells against the environment. Now, as we fortify the skin from the inside, we have to talk about the greatest external enemy of collagen and how these women block it. This brings us to the sun hat habit. We all know the sun causes burns, but most people do not understand the biological mechanism of how the sun eats your collagen. It is not just about burning, it is about enzyme activation. When UV rays hit your skin, even on a cloudy day, they penetrate the dermis and trigger a cellular alarm. Your cells respond by producing enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPs. I know that's a mouthful, so let's call them by their nickname, collagenases. As the name implies, these are enzymes specifically designed to chop up collagen. Under normal circumstances, they help clear out old tissue during wound healing, but UV exposure sends them into a frenzy. They start chopping up healthy collagen fibers like a demolition crew that showed up at the wrong address. Research from the University of Michigan Medical School has extensively mapped this process, showing that a single exposure to intense UV light can elevate these collagen-destroying enzymes for days after the sun is set. That means if you go out unprotected on Tuesday, your skin is still eating its own collagen on Thursday. The women who age successfully understand this. They don't rely solely on sunscreen, which wears off or gets missed in spots. They use physical barriers. They wear broad-brimmed hats. Imagine these UV collagenases, like little Pac-Man figures in your skin, waking up the moment the sun hits your face and starting to chomp away at the support beams and hold up your cheeks. A hat is the only thing that puts them back to sleep. So the takeaway is to make a wide-brimmed hat your signature accessory. Keep one in the car, one by the back door, and one in your bag. It is the cheapest, most effective anti-aging tool you can own. If you are finding these tips helpful so far, and if you're realizing that maybe you've been doing a few things that are accidentally aging you, take a second to hit that thumbs up button. It helps us get this information to more people who need it. Let's shift gears to your daily schedule. This next secret might seem unrelated to skin at first, but it is deeply connected to your body's repair systems. It is the practice of early dinner times. We live in a culture that often eats late 7, 8, or even 9 p.m. However, women who maintain youthful vitality well into their 80 seconds often conclude their eating window by 6 p.m. Why does the clock matter? It comes down to the competition between digestion and repair. Your body has limited energy resources. When you go to sleep, your body wants to enter a state of deep repair, often termed autophagy, where it cleans out damaged cells and regenerates new ones, including skin cells. However, if you eat a heavy meal late at night, your body is forced to divert massive amounts of energy to digestion. It cannot focus on the skin because it is too busy processing that steak or pasta. Furthermore, eating late spikes your insulin levels. High insulin interferes with the release of human growth hormone, HGH. HGH is one of the primary drivers of collagen production and tissue repair. We naturally produce less of it as we age, so we need to maximize every bit we have. A study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology explored the link between circadian rhythms and skin stem cells, finding that the proliferation of skin creates and repair mechanisms are highly regulated by our internal clock. If we disrupt that clock with late night metabolic activity, we disrupt the repair cycle. Think of your body like a highway construction crew. They can only fix the potholes, your wrinkles, and damaged cells at night when your digestion stops. If you keep the traffic moving all night with late food, the construction crew never gets on the road and the potholes just get bigger. Try to finish your last meal 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. Give your body the night off so it can work on your face. Next on our list is a technique that feels wonderful and requires zero equipment. It is the habit of face massages. In many Western cultures, we are taught not to touch our faces, but in many cultures known for longevity, particularly in East Asia, facial manipulation is a daily ritual. We aren't talking about aggressive pulling, but rather gentle friction, tapping, or slapping. The logic here is about signaling. As we age, the blood flow to our skin decreases. Capillaries atrophy, meaning fewer nutrients and less oxygen reach the surface. This leads to that dull gray cast we often associate with aging. When you massage your face or use a technique of gentle tapping, you are mechanically stimulating the fibroblasts, the cells that make collagen. Research supports the idea that mechanical force changes cellular behavior. A study conducted by researchers at Northwestern University found that a regimen of facial muscle exercises and massage over a 20-week period resulted in fuller upper and lower cheeks, making the participants look an estimated 3 years younger. The mechanical stress signals the body that the area is active and needs reinforcement. Imagine your skin cells are like workers in a factory who have dozed off because nothing has happened in a while. A brisk massage is like the manager walking in and clapping their hands. Everyone wakes up and gets back to work. You don't need a professional facialist for this. When you apply your moisturizer at night, don't just smear it on. Take 2 minutes. Use your knuckles to gently knead the jawline. Use your fingertips to tap rapidly all over your cheeks and forehead. Create a little heat. That glow you see afterward isn't just oil. It's life returning to the tissue. We are moving right along to number 6, and this one requires you to rethink how you eat a very common fruit. This is the secret of vitamin C loading, but specifically through eating the pith. When most of us peel an orange or a grapefruit, we meticulously pick off the white, spongy, stringy bits, the pith, because they are slightly bitter. We want the sweet, juicy segments. Here is the mistake. That white pith is absolute gold for your collagen. We know that vitamin C is essential for collagen production. You physically cannot manufacture collagen without it. It acts as a cofactor for the enzymes that stabilize the collagen molecule. But in nature, vitamin C rarely comes alone. It comes packaged with bioflavonoids like hesperidin and naringin. These compounds are found in their highest concentrations in the white pith, not the juice. These bioflavonoids act as bodyguards for your collagen. They strengthen the capillary walls, reducing broken veins, and work synergistically to help your body absorb and utilize vitamin C. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined nutrient intake and skin aging in over 4,000 women. The results were striking. Those with higher intakes of vitamin C and linoleic acid had a cleaner skin appearance with less wrinkling and less dryness. But the key is bioavailability. The pith helps you actually use the vitamin C you eat. So stop throwing the best part in the trash. Imagine you are building a brick wall. The amino acids you eat are the bricks. Vitamin C is the mortar. If you don't have enough mortar, the wall falls down. The pith is a special additive that makes the mortar waterproof and crack resistant. When you eat citrus, leave the white stuff on. It's an acquired taste, but think of it as edible skincare. Finally, we arrive at number 7. This is perhaps the most subtle yet profound secret because it involves your psychology as much as your physiology. It is the habit of positive face posture. Have you ever noticed what your face does when you are neutral? When you are reading a book, watching TV, or scrolling on your phone, what are your mouth and cheeks doing? For many of us, gravity takes over. The corners of the mouth droop, the jaw goes slack, and we adopt a look of fatigue or unhappiness. Over decades, this resting, sagging face contributes to the downward drift of our facial muscles. The women who defy this drift often possess a soft, resting smile. They maintain a tiny bit of tension in their cheek muscles, keeping the corners of the mouth slightly lifted. Not a full grin, just a pleasant engagement. This isn't just about looking friendly, it's about fighting gravity. Your facial muscles are woven directly into your skin. If the muscle sags, the skin sags. Keeping a slight tone in the zygomaticus major muscles, the smile muscles, acts like a scaffold. Furthermore, there is a concept in psychology called the facial feedback hypothesis, which suggests that our facial expressions can influence our mood. A study referenced in psychological science and widely discussed in dermatology regarding the mask of aging suggests that habitual expressions etch themselves into our features. If your neutral face is a frown, you will eventually develop permanent marionette lines that drag the face down. If your neutral face is slightly lifted, you fight that drag. Think of your face like a hammock. If the ropes are slack, the hammock drags on the ground. If you keep just a little tension in the ropes, the hammock stays high and tight. So your actionable step is to check in with your face throughout the day. Are you frowning at your phone? Soften your forehead. Lift the corners of your mouth just a millimeter. Train your face to rest in a position of joy, not gravity. So let's quickly recap the roadmap we've just built. We are going to stop using straws to prevent the barcode lines. We are going to embrace olive oil and avocados to waterproof our cells. We will wear our sun hats to keep the Pac-Man enzymes asleep. We will try to eat dinner by 6 p.m. to give the construction crew time to work. We will wake up our fibroblasts with gentle massage. We will eat the white pith of the orange for that bioflavonoid boost. And finally, we will keep a soft, positive tension in our face to defy gravity. I know that listing these out makes it sound like a lot of work. And I know that sometimes when you are dealing with arthritis or fatigue or just the busyness of life, adding one more thing feels impossible. But you don't have to do them all at once. Pick one. Maybe this week you just focus on the water glass and the straw. Next week, you buy a nice hat. The beauty of the human body is that it is forgiving. It is always trying to repair itself. It is waiting for you to give it the right tools. You are not destined to fade. You have control right here, right now, to change the trajectory of how you age. These women with the super collagen aren't magic. They are just consistent. And you can be too. I want to leave you with this thought. Your face is the map of your life. We want that map to show joy, wisdom, and resilience, not just wear and tear. You have earned every year of your life, so let's make sure you look as vibrant as you feel. Now, I have a question for you to answer in the comments below. Which of these 7 habits surprised you the most? Was it the straw, the orange pith, or maybe the dinner time? I read every comment because I truly want to know what resonates with you. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, not just for the algorithm, but because your health is worth fighting for, and we want you here for the next conversation. Stay curious, stay vibrant, and I'll see you in the next video.